Okay, I want to talk to you about something else here real quick. I was just thinking the other day. A lot of us don't have much idea about what the millennial reign is going to be like, and for a long time I didn't either. And but I started having dreams about the millennial reign. I started having a lot of dreams. At first, when I was having these dreams, I didn't know if it had to do with the millennial reign. I didn't know it had to do with the millennial reign, and so for a long time I didn't understand what it was about. But I'm gonna share some dreams with you I got pertaining to the millennial reign. Some of the things you can expect from the millennial reign. Now, during the millennial reign, there will be uh, lots of extraterrestrials living among us. Okay, we will be just like all the other planets. See, right now we just mostly have humans, as far as we know. As far as we know, now we believe there are some aliens or extraterrestrials, excuse me, living among us, but we don't know who they are. You know, but during the millennial reign, we will have plenty of extraterrestrials or aliens, if you want to call them, living among us. We will certainly have angels living among us. Whether or not this will be their permanent resident, angels permanent resident, I don't think so, because the Bible said that He's given the earth to us. But in the millennial reign, there will be plenty of extraterrestrials. Some of them will be allowed to live here. Some of them will not. Some of them will, every now and then, they will cause problems. Okay? So I'm going to share with you some of the dreams God gave me about the extraterrestrials living here. Now, when Christ comes, He said He's coming back with His holy angels, right? He's coming back with His angels. And we know all the angels don't look human, y'all. I know we think all angels look human, all of them, but they don't. Matter of fact, if you go to the book of Daniel, sometime when they talk about angels, they may point out the fact that when they are talking about a particular angel, they might point out the fact that this particular angel looks like a son of man. In other words, he looks like a human. Okay. Now, some people might say we look like that was Jesus. Not always, not necessarily. But it says he appeared to be like a son of man or like a human. Because the reason why they point that out is because all angels don't look like humans. So there will be a lot of angels here that don't look like humans. This planet will be full of extraterrestrials and aliens, or whatever you want to call them. So while we're here, we're going to have to deal with some of them. Okay, because some of them are not going to be nice. So I'm going to share. Now the scripture says, just as it was in the days of Noah, so would it be in the day of the Son of Man. In the days of Noah, they had hybrids. They had giants, hybrids and giants. They had angels. They had extraterrestrials. They had all kind of weird-looking creatures. Okay, it's going to be the same way in the day of the Son of Man when He's revealed. So I'm going to share some dreams that I had. God showed me some of these extraterrestrials. One time, I was in this dream. I got word that there was this hybrid girl causing problems or something, and I went to go see about it. See, you will act as deputies in the millennial reign. You will act as deputies. You will be one among the peacekeepers. Okay, so you're gonna have to keep the peace. You're gonna have to make sure everybody's getting along and safe. You're gonna make sure people are safe. So anyway, I got word that this hybrid girl was causing some type of problem. So I went and I talked to her and I asked her about it. And I noticed she was really afraid, and she was promising me, no, I won't cause any problem. No, I'm sorry, I won't cause any problem. And I said, but if you do, I'm gonna have to lock you up. Okay, that's what I told her. And I remember what she looked like. Her mouth looked like. You ever looked in a fish mouth? You know, those little teeth and that ugly tongue. Well, that's the way her mouth looked. It looked kind of like a fish mouth, but she was a hybrid of some kind. And she promised me she wouldn't cause any more problems. And so I said, okay, but if you do, I'm going to lock you up. Okay, you will have the power to lock them up. You will have the authority to lock them up, to sentence them, to have, because you will, the Bible said we will judge angels. The Bible said we will judge the world. Okay, so you would determine their crime and their sentence. Okay, that's how you would judge them. Because I remember one time I went to this school and I didn't know why I was there. This was in the millennial reign, and this school was so pretty. Okay, it was so pretty. It was built immaculate. And when I got there, I saw this young man, and I started talking to him, and his girlfriend came up, and I started talking to her. And I still didn't know why I was there. And anyway, this young man became all frantic and all upset. He thought I was there because I was interested in his significant other. But I told him, no, I'm not. That's not what I'm here for. But anyway, it wasn't long after that this man showed up. This Caucasian man showed up. And come to find out, this Caucasian man was doing the work of the devil. He was deceiving this young man into thinking that I was after his girl, and deceiving them into thinking other things. And my reason for going there was to bind him and to incarcerate him. And sure enough, when I got there, there was like a little fight that broke out between me and him. And I remember him hurting my hand or something like that. And I remember him, I was more powerful than he was. So he grew like 8 feet tall and expanded much bigger than what he was. And so I did the same thing. I matched everything he did. But eventually I got him in handcuffs. I turned him around, put him in handcuffs, just like Michael's going to do to Satan, the red dragon, He put him in chains, and I put this thing in this man in handcuffs. And right there in front of me, a pit opened up. It was like a pit, and I could see the fire coming up out of the pit. And you know, Michael had to do the same thing to Satan. Okay, he's gonna bind him for 1,000 years and throw him in a pit. And Jesus Christ, when he come back, he's going to he's going to take the Antichrist and throw him alive, spirit, soul, and body, into the lake of fire. And so they have their nemesis. I have mine. You will have yours. Okay, we will have our own nemesis, a lot of us. And so this must have been at the beginning of the tribulation. It wasn't too close to the beginning because the communities was already pretty much developed. And so it looks like they're going to be stragglers even after Satan throw the Antichrist into the flames, and after Michael bind the chief deceiver. After Michael bind the chief deceiver and cast him into the abyss, they're going to be stragglers. Okay, prototypes, I guess you would say, or something like that. They're going to be stragglers, and we're going to have to clean up the scraps. So, but anyway, as I put him in the handcuffs, pit opened up right there in front of me, and I got him. It was very easy to pick him up. I put him in that. And as he was going down, it took me a long time to understand this dream, but I finally understood it. As he was going down, he said, I still remember the way he talked too. I still remember the way he talked. As he was going down, he said, I'll see you in 1,000 years. That's the way he talked. And I remember him saying, before that though, I remember him saying something about me. He was really angry at me for something. He was saying, he tried to talk the way he talked. He was saying, Clint. He called me Clint. That's what people know me by. He was, Clint. He said, if I get my way with him, I'll make him wish he was never born. That's the way he talked. He was a fallen angel. And he said, I'll see you in 1,000 years. That's the way he talked. But anyway, I went ahead and I dropped him in that pit. But he said, I said, you ain't gonna see me in 1,000 years. If you do, I'm gonna be with the Lord. But see, I didn't quite understand it, but I finally understood. They all gonna be bound for 1,000 years. For 1,000 years. Remember the scripture said. So they're gonna be there. And I remember one time I was just sitting out in my truck or something. You know, you're gonna have trucks, cars, whatever you want. You'll be able to duplicate. You see a car or something, you'll be able to duplicate it and just drive off with it. You go in the car lot, you see, man, this is a nice Rolls Royce here. It's a nice car. Instead of driving, autonomous vehicles. Just get in it, drive off. It'll duplicate. You'll duplicate it, and once you drive off with a duplicate, and you'll leave you still leave the original back there. So anyway, you'll be able to get what you want. But anyway, I was sitting in a pickup truck one time, and this Caucasian looking guy, he's a fallen angel. They're gonna be here, and I saw him walk by right in front of my truck, and he was looking me right in my eyes as he was walking by, and I knew what he was doing. He was trying to start trouble. He was trying to start some kind of trouble. But I mean, there was no worries with me. He couldn't do anything to me, but he was still trying to trick me or still trying to do something to me, But there was no worry. He couldn't do anything to me. Okay, so we will have to deal with them. They will be here. I remember one time we were like 360, I don't know, years into the millennial reign, and we were in this building. It was at night, and it was at night, but you could still see really good wherever we was at. I believe this is only going to be in Jerusalem though. But there was this great white bright light that was outside of the building, and you could see everything with that light, yet it was dark. Okay, we know that is scripture. Okay, and we were in this building though, and we were walking along, and my friend, you'll be able to see in the invisible, like right now we cannot see spirits. Okay, our eyes will not pick them up. We can't see them unless God give us that ability. But then you'll be able to see spirits in the invisible. You'll know exactly where they're at. And as we walking along, this spirit was over there standing by the wall. He was in the invisible, and my friend just ran over there and grabbed him, and we tortured him some terrible. So you will torture them. You will do whatever you want to them because they're your enemy, and they're always trying to destroy you. And to think you're not going to take pleasure in torturing them is not true. You will. You will take pleasure, and everything will be for pleasure in the millennial reign. Everything will be for pleasure. Everything you do, it will be for pleasure. So when you catch a devil, torture him the way you want, it's going to be for pleasure, for fun. Okay, and another time, I was out. Me and this young man, we were running, racing. See, you're gonna do a lot of that too, because you'll be able to run 50, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. And so we're going to be racing each other to see who can run the fastest. You have a lot of that. Okay, you have a lot of that. And so, I mean, this young man, we were out racing. And he veered off and went one way, and I went on another way. And I noticed there was some trash somewhere laying somewhere out, and with telekinesis, I picked the trash up, hurled it in a dumpster nearby, and I kept running. I kept running really fast, and after I ran I got up so much speed, I took flight. And I flew out to the outskirts of the city. On the outskirts of the city, I saw a ship, like an alien ship, and there were aliens standing around this ship. Okay, so they're going to be coming back and forth to this planet. They're going to be looking for humans. They still going to want humans. And so when I saw them, to be honest, I can't say I got afraid, but I felt worry, like W-A-R-Y. I felt concerned, and I felt like it wasn't a good idea for them to see me, so I just kind of backed up. But I can't say I actually felt afraid. So they're going to be here, all right? They're going to be here. Another time I was in this city. This was a really beautiful city. It looked like an ancient Egyptian city, but really pretty. You know those ancient Egyptian cities with the pyramids and palm trees and all? It looked kind of like that. And it was really pretty. And my job there, or my assignment was, sanitation. It was my job to keep the city sanitized, keep the water sanitized, keep the water clean. I was looking out for the water, make sure it stayed clean. And my other job was security. I was looking out for security. And I walked up on these people, young people. It was a bunch of people, and there was a lot of people out there. And everybody will be exceptionally pretty. Even the models are going to be very beautiful people. Okay. And I walked up on these twins, and this other person was standing by these twins. And I looked at them. I was securing the area and making sure everything is all right, because there will be people, aliens and invaders and imposters and all that, still trying to cause problems in the millennial reign. And I walked up and I said, I looked at those twins. I said, oh, you twins. Oh, good, great. All right, how's it going? So you're very beautiful people. And this one person was standing beside them. I looked at him, and I wasn't sure about him. I was like, okay, who are you? And he wouldn't look me in the eyes. And I said, what is your name? Where are you from? And he would talk and still wouldn't look me in the eyes. So anyway, I finally got a chance to look him directly in the eyes. And I knew just by his eyes he wasn't human. He was like an android, some type of artificial intelligence or something. He looked very, very human, but he wasn't human, because his eyes gave him away. And I knew that he was not human. So at that moment, I started to arrest him, and he was very strong, and we wrestled and we tangled and we wrestled, and That was something he did to me. I can't say it hurt, but it didn't feel good. I can't say it hurt. In the millennial reign, we're not going to feel pain because we will not be in a body of death anymore. The reason why we feel pain now is because we're in a body of death. This body can still die. But once we attain a body of life, then we will not feel pain. But what he did, it wasn't painful, but it was just really annoying or discomforting or something. And I forgot how that dream ended, but we fought a while, and I think somebody came to help me. Okay, you will have an entourage. You will have an entourage when you run across something that might be a little too strong for you or something you can't handle. You will have an entourage. They will pop up there with you, and they will help you take care of whatever problem you got. If y'all can't take care of it, then you have to call uh, someone that may have been your pastor in this life, or someone that may have been your bishop in this life, and or someone just got more authority than you. Anyway, you get the job done. But I think that's what happened. Um, I had to call for backup, and they came to help me. So you will have to deal with humanoids, hybrids, giants, androids, all kind of things in the millennial reign. But this won't continue for a long time. Eventually, we're going to purify this planet. Okay, and it's going to end up being the way it's supposed to be. We won't have sinners. We won't have crooks. We won't have people trying to. Oh yeah, this one time I was at this. Again, I was as working as security or something, and I was at this banquet, and I was at this banquet, and I was acting as security, and I was checking out the place and everything, and I went into this banquet like a bomb, as if I was a bomb to try to sneak in. But what I was doing, I was testing the man at the door to make sure he was doing his job. Okay, and then when I found out that he wasn't going to let me in because I didn't have a ticket to be there or whatever it was, I needed to be there. He didn't let me in. So okay, you on your job, that's fine. That's all I want to know. I went back outside, and this creature, there's a word for them. These bird-like creatures, there's a word for them. Aurians or something. Anyway, this bird-like creature, he had a body like a human. Yeah, he was humanoid, had a body like a human, but his head was a bird, and he flew in really fast, and he started looking around his perimeters, his area, really fast, as if he was looking for somebody. And he was looking really, and he was like he was in a real big hurry to get in or to get out. So when I saw him, I immediately attacked him now, because he didn't supposed to be there. But now notice in the millennial reign, a lot of those creatures, we don't touch them. Because the Lord in the Old Testament told us not to touch the dead. We're not supposed to touch the dead. In the millennial reign, it's going to be the same way. Creatures that are dead to God's spirit, that they're totally out of God's spirit, they has no connection with God whatsoever, they're considered as dead, and we will not be able to touch them. If you were to try to grab them, your hand is going to go straight through them. So, if you try to grab hold of them, your hand is just going to go straight through them, because we're not allowed to touch the dead. Okay, and so I knew he was more than I could handle. And so again, my entourage popped up, just like on each side, they just popped up there. And what we did through telekinesis, we just picked up rocks, sticks, boards, iron, all kind of things, and we just hurled it at him, just hitting him repeatedly, until he was destroyed, till he was dead. And then with the power telekinesis. We raised him up, laid him on a blanket. We never touched him. Rolled him up in that blanket, and we just threw him in the dumpster like he was trash. And there was some this other. Let me see. Oh, one time I was. I'm just trying to give you some idea what the millennial writing is gonna be like. I was walking. I was out like I was on security or something, and I went through this grocery store. These grocery stores are gonna be really big, really huge, and they're gonna be open all night. The grocery store is gonna be open all night, and the doors are gonna be open all night. And you know how most grocery stores will not set a lot of certain foods right by the door while people are walking by, because people just reach in there and grab something and keep walking and steal it. But this grocery store was like just open, and they had stuff sitting right in the door. And but anyway, I decided to pass through that store to get to the other side of the street, take a shortcut. And I saw a drink on the shelf, and I reached and grabbed that drink, and I thought, wait a minute, um, if I grab this drink, I steal it. So I went to put it back, and as I went to put it back, another drink appeared there. So you won't be able to steal anything. Anything you want in that store, you just get it and drink it, and another one will appear right there in its place. And so that's what I did. I got me a drink, walked on out the store, and started walking down the street. Then I saw this man as he was walking. I knew he was up to no good. He was like a demoniac. Okay, a demoniac. He wasn't Adamic, like of the Adamic descendant of Adam, but he looked every bit human. But he was not Adamic. And I knew he wasn't right. He instantly, when I put my eyes on him, and as he was approaching me, I was approaching him. He looked at me. He knew something wasn't right about me too. He knew it. And so we were watching each other. I was watching him as we got closer and closer, and he was watching. I was watching. I knew this wasn't going to turn out right good. So immediately he said, I think, how did I get started? He just panicked. He knew that I was in for him. This guy was growling like some big old bear, like, oh, and he was really strong. He picked up this, what looked like a car motor. He picked up like a car motor that was in like this, looked like a little garage or something. And he threw that thing at me probably 30 feet. And of course I dodged it. But then I knew, I'm gonna need some help with this guy. This guy's really strong. He threw this thing like the motor of a car. He threw this thing 25, 30 feet. And so my entourage popped up again. I don't know who they were, but they would always come and help, And I'm sure I was a part of an entourage to help somebody else, But anyway, we did him the same way. We just hurled things. Because see, again, some of them you can't touch. You're not allowed to touch. You can't grasp them. Now humans, you'll be able to touch them and grasp them if you need to. But we did the same thing to him. And I think we set him on fire. I think we put him in a dumpster and set him on fire. So the millennial ain't gonna be crazy. It's gonna be off the chain, man. It's gonna be very different. It ain't gonna be like a lot of people think it is. Think it will be. But anyway, that was another incident to just give you some idea what you can expect during millennial reign. Let me see. Is there any more? Yeah, I think that's all I can come up with right now. But it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be really wild. You're not going to have to buy anything, but you will have like a what you call that, like a net worth. Okay, you see, everybody's rewards are not going to be the same. Some people will be rewarded with great wealth, and some people will be rewarded with a little less, depending on what you've done here. But and for those of you who, and again, this, I want to really stress this. Here in this life, trying to live the most holiest, sanctified, as purest life as you can, okay, in order to get there. But once you get there, you will not be subject to any laws, no commandments, no 10 commandments, none of that. You will be free, okay, to if you want to just get something off the shelf and eat it, you can do it. You will not, thou shalt not steal will not apply to you. It will not apply to you. I know you probably heard me say this before, but I'm trying to drill this in, okay, to my listeners. It will not apply to you. And this is the wonderful thing that makes you want to endure your trials and make it to the end, okay? Because all the things that we are restricted on now, I mean, right now, we can't just get up. I can't just get up and just go anywhere I want to go and do what I want to do. I can't. There's just too many things that's stopping me. Finances, crime, COVID, policemen, okay, laws, marriage, children, just a lot of things that's stopping you from doing and being all you would like and want to be. Okay, but in the millennial reign, once you receive your new glorified body, you do what you want, man. You go where you want. Okay, you can't hurt anybody. You won't hurt anybody. Okay, and the Bible said all things work for the good to them that love God. No matter what you do, it's going to turn out to be good. Okay, it's going to turn out to be good. Let's say if like I've used example before, I used to think, man, in the millennial reign, I like to get that motorcycle. I like to drive as fast as I can. Just fly on that baby. Well, you won't cause no accident. You won't hurt anybody. You won't scare. In the millennial reign, people won't even be afraid. Even the mortals are not going to be afraid. Did you know that? You know how how you startle people, they see a car coming to crash into them, and they go, screaming, They're not going to do that in the millennial reign. Okay? Because perfect love is going to cast out fear. Christ, he has perfect love. He's going to spread perfect love all over this planet. Perfect love casts out fear. And in the millennial reign, people are going to be made to keep the commandments. So once they keep the commandments, they won't have nothing to be afraid of. Fear will not be a major factor here in this world. Okay? We will have healers here. If somebody, just to say in case if somebody did get hurt in an accident, we will have healers here. We will have doctors here who will know how to just fix them up right away. Okay? Won't be no need to be afraid. So there are a lot of things that the things that we're restricted about now, we will not be restricted. We will not be restricted then. No commandment, no 10 commandment, no commandment will apply to us. Okay, thou shalt not lie will not apply to you because you can't lie. All right, and if you're a black man and you say you're a white man, guess what? You're gonna be a white man because you can't lie. Okay, so that's where that's gonna work. So that's great. That's great, man. You won't be. See, in the beginning of time, when Adam and Eve, before they sinned, God told them that you are allowed to eat of any tree in this garden except that one, the tree of good and evil. And what that was saying is that they were free to do what they wanted to do, except just that one thing, and they went and did that. But anyway, we're going to be taken back to that. We're going to be free to do what we want. Okay? So that's something to look forward to. Okay. Uh, all right. That's all I got to say on that. God bless you all. Hope I said something